All right, guys. So an update on the Brianna Kupfer situation, a story that I previously discussed maybe yesterday or a couple days ago, in which there was a 24-year-old UCLA grad student who was brutally stabbed to death while at her job working at a store in Los Angeles. Now, the homeless thug that committed this crime has been caught, right? He's been arrested. And I'm calling him a homeless thug because that's what he is. He's a homeless thug. He's lived a life of thuggery as he was a career criminal. And it's a damn shame that he was out walking in the streets in the first place, because the man should have been locked up behind bars so that this situation never even happened in the first place, as this man has a long rap sheet of committing violent crimes. Again, this is the problem with our criminal justice system. And, you know, the argument I've been making you guys for a long time now is that this is costing lives. This is actually the biggest threat in this country right now, is progressive criminal justice reform. And I'm telling you, this case right here, it really makes me upset, because this was avoidable if our criminal justice system was doing their jobs. And, you know, speaking of wokeness, thank God that the man actually got caught, because I guess LAPD wasn't too woke to actually release a description of the suspect so that people could actually be on the lookout for him, right? They also offered a $250,000 bounty for him, and a reward for any, you know, information leading to his arrest. And thank God again that he actually was arrested. His name is Shawn Laval Smith. I mean, I guess his name is irrelevant, again, because he's a homeless thug. But can you guys believe that there are actually people out there that are so woke that they thought that newspapers should not release a picture of the suspect? Because apparently releasing images of criminals who happen to be black is racist, right? According to them, even though they are criminals who committed a crime. Again, this is cuckoo for Cocoa Puff world, okay? Cuckoo for Cocoa Puff world. Yeah, before we get more into this, right, and go over his long rap sheet of committing crimes and try to figure out why the hell was he out on the streets, let's watch a news clip of the update regarding this arrest so that you guys get a thorough understanding of what's going on. Take a look.
A suspect accused of killing a UCLA grad student, Brianna Kupfer, in a merciless stabbing is now in custody. A 31-year-old Shawn Laval Smith has an extensive criminal history. It goes back years. News Nation has obtained several of his booking photos, and the 911 calls of him being seen by a witness. They've just been released as well. Alex Capriello live outside the furniture store where Kupfer was killed. Good morning, Alex.
Good morning, Adrian. The LAPD considers Shawn Smith to be a career criminal. He has a rap sheet that goes all the way to the East Coast, dating back nearly a decade. But he's now behind bars here in Los Angeles after someone spotted him in Pasadena, about 20 miles east of here, after they saw those surveillance images and videos of that accused killer.
A 911 call helped police zero in.
What was he wearing?
So he had a black hoodie on, he had like dark sweatpants, and he had a backpack, a black backpack that was very similar to the one I've seen in images.
After a 6-day extensive manhunt throughout the Los Angeles area, the suspect wanted for fatally stabbing 24-year-old UCLA student Brianna Kupfer is now in police custody. 31-year-old Shawn Smith was arrested in Pasadena, about 14 miles from the murder scene. Charlie Salinas witnessed Smith's apprehension.
He had some pretty cold-looking eyes, and he went in peace. He was arrested with no disturbance, no problems. You know, he went quietly and everything.
Smith was turned over to the LAPD. He's now expected to face a murder charge, adding to his already long criminal history dating back to 2013. Records show he has a pending case for discharge of a firearm in Charleston County, South Carolina, and past arrests, including theft, trespassing, and assault of an officer. His most recent arrest in Covina, California on October 27, 2020 was for stealing items from a Home Depot. Despite the arrest, the heartache for the Kupfer family will last forever. Her father thanked those who expressed condolences or contributed to the $250,000 reward.
They recognize the importance of this, given the randomness and the wanton action, and the danger that everybody feels from this and the emotion they feel from this.
Adrian, the wanted posters that were once posted outside this store have now been replaced by these. It's a call to action, a vigil that's going to be held here at 1:30 in honor of Brianna. It's not just to lift up her spirit, but as the flyer says, to bring awareness for the urgent need to restore safety in our community. Of course, that references the increased shootings and homicides that have occurred in the Los Angeles city over the last year.
All right, guys, so you've seen that, you heard that, right? It is truly a shame that somebody like this guy right here, who has a long history of arrests, still being out on the streets until they finally commit a crime like this. Guys, how often do I tell this story? It's always the same story over and over again, right? People get arrested over and over and over and over again until they finally commit the crime that ends up taking somebody's life. This guy right here was arrested at least 11 times in Charleston, South Carolina, dating back to 2010. 11 times in one city, right? Again, it is insane, right? It is absolutely insane that this man was still walking on the streets. Again, our criminal justice system is broken. So let's read about this, because this is insane. Smith has a lengthy rap sheet with previous charges out of California, North Carolina, and South Carolina. Online records show at least 11 arrests in Charleston, South Carolina, dating back to 2010, including a pending case for allegedly disarming a firearm into an occupied vehicle on November 13, 2019. Wait, so this dude right here discharged a firearm, basically shot at an occupied vehicle. Isn't that attempted murder, right? Doesn't that sound like attempted murder? Why in the world is this man walking on the streets after he attempted to murder somebody? It's insane. It's insane. In this case, Smith was accused of firing a flare gun into a car occupied by a man and his child. Records show he was released on November 23rd, 2019 after posting a $50,000 bond. The last court action was March 2020. So this dude fired a flare gun into a car occupied by a man and his child, right? So this guy used a flare gun, okay, which can be lethal, can be deadly, right? It's not a good option if you're trying to kill somebody, but it's an option, right? It has the potential to be deadly. This guy fired a flare gun at an occupied vehicle with a man and his child, okay? So again, I guess you can define that as maybe attempted murder, but I mean, still, it's like, bruh, this dude posted just a $50,000 bond. And when you consider his long history of arrests, again, it's kind of ridiculous that this man is walking on the streets, okay? So again, the most recent event was just a couple days ago when it comes to this murder. Back in October 27, 2020, Los Angeles County jail records show Smith was arrested on a misdemeanor charge. He was released on a $1,000 bail. The outcome of this case was not immediately clear. Manteio, California, unknown date, a law enforcement source told Fox News Digital on Tuesday that Smith was accused of shoplifting and ended up in jail after allegedly assaulting a police officer. So this man tried to shoot a man and his child with a flare gun, and he also allegedly assaulted a police officer, right? Again, for whatever reason, walking on the streets. Charlotte, North Carolina, June 27, 2016, Charlotte Mecklenburg Police Department announced that Smith has 14 active warrants for his arrest in connection to a rash of bicycle thefts in the Charlotte area. The outcome of this case was not immediately clear. 14 active warrants for his arrest. Charleston, South Carolina. This is the incident with the flare gun, right? That case is pending. June 8th, 2019, Smith is arrested on a bench warrant and charged with entering a premise after receiving a warning. No bond is set and is released the following day. So basically trespassing. March 13, 2019, Smith is arrested and charged with entering a premise after a warning. He is released the same day after posting a $470 bond. November 5th, 2018, Smith is arrested on a bench warrant and charged with general sessions and probate contempt of court. He is held until his release on December 14th, 2018. March 5th, 2016, Smith was arrested on charges of trespassing after a notice and resisting arrest. His bond is set to at $10,470. He posts bond and releases on April 7th, 2016. The outcome of the case was not immediately clear. So again, this guy has a history of trespassing, resisting arrest, in my opinion, attempting to murder people, assaulting police officers. Again, how many crimes do you have to commit before, you just lock somebody up and throw away the key, right? How many crimes do you have to commit? I mean, this guy was a career criminal. He's homeless. What else is he going to do? He's just going to keep committing crimes. That's what he's going to do. And look at him. He knew it. And this mugshot right here from 2016, dude almost cracking a smile. Because he know I'm about to get out and do more thuggery, right? Continue being a criminal. It doesn't matter. Getting arrested is nothing. It's just a formality, right? March 1st, 2016, Smith is arrested on a charge of trespassing after notice. He posts $470 bond and is released the same day. July 11, 2015, Smith is arrested on a bench warrant on charges of careless driving, no driver's license, and expired registration. He is released on October 15, 2015. September 11, 2013, Smith is arrested on charges of disorderly conduct and trespassing. He is released on September 13, 2013, after posting a $732 bond. How in the world is this man posting all this, right? How is this man paying to continue to get out of jail? I don't understand. This is just so long. I don't even want to read more of this. Okay, so you got a marijuana possession charge. He's charged with like littering on the highways. Okay, so yeah, again, this guy's a career criminal. This time he has a bond of $2 million. Hopefully, he won't be able to make bail on that, right? Unless some, group like BLM try to raise money for him, which I would not be surprised if they did. Okay, wouldn't be surprised to see some of these extremist groups try to raise money for this guy and get him out of jail, and they say, oh, he's a victim of the system, he doesn't belong there, it's not his fault, blah, 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 right? Excuses, right? Kind of like some excuses that I've been reading about that some of his family members have been making for him. I believe his aunt basically said that he's mentally ill. He has a mental illness, right? Which, again, is a cop-out and an excuse to try to dismiss bad behavior, right? Living a life of crime, which is what this guy's doing, okay? So, again, man, these progressive DAs, this progressive criminal justice reform, this stuff is deadly, man. This stuff is deadly. And the LA district attorney, Gaskin, he should resign, right? He should resign, okay? He should step down. LA is a disaster right now. This is happening way too much. And this guy is a part of the problem because he's refusing to prosecute and lock up these criminals that are repeat offenders. Okay? That's the problem. These DAs have to be held accountable, right? I'm starting to get to the point where I'm starting to believe that when stuff like this happens, when you have these repeat offenders out on the streets that end up committing murder, I don't know, man, maybe the DAs should stand trial for that, right? Maybe they should start facing some charges for negligence, right? For allowing this stuff to continue to happen because they're not doing their jobs. They're not doing their jobs. But hey, like I said, I mean, this is kind of what these people voted for. Okay, the unfortunate part is that people lose their lives over this stuff that didn't necessarily sign up for it. But let me know what you guys think. I hope that Miss Brianna Kupfer rests in peace. And I hope that this guy is punished to the maximum extent of the law and that he never sees the light of day ever again. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.